You know that one person who just doesn't get the hype about football? Playoffs come around, everyone's screaming at the TV, and they're just sitting there, totally confused about why everyone's losing their minds over a ball crossing a line. And you've probably heard the reaction. What? You don't watch football? What's wrong with you? Psychologists call this response value dissonance. When the world finds intense pleasure in something, but your brain doesn't emotionally respond to it. It's not rebellion. It's a lot deeper than that. For some, it starts with simple disconnection. When everyone cheers for a goal, they don't feel that rush. Their brain just doesn't fire in the same way. They're not wired for vicarious emotion, that feeling of shared excitement through someone else's success. They get their dopamine elsewhere, from building something, improving themselves, solving problems that exist in their real world, not in a stadium miles away. While others live for collective victory, they find meaning in personal progress. And so when they're sitting there, quietly unmoved while everyone else is shouting at a TV, they simply don't need the crowd to feel alive. But for others, it's not that they never cared, it's that they used to. There was a time when football did mean something. They knew every player, every scoreline, every emotional high and heartbreak. But at some point, the magic cracked. They started to see the machinery behind the curtain, the money, the sponsorships, the celebrity worship. They noticed how millions of people pour their passion into people they'll never meet. And suddenly, the meaning faded. It wasn't a game anymore. It was a system. That's called existential detachment, when you start to see through the performance and realize it doesn't change your life at all. They didn't walk away out of arrogance. They realized that celebrating strangers wouldn't fill what was missing in their own life. So they stopped watching, not because they hated football, but because they stopped believing in the illusion that it mattered more than their own story. And then there's another kind of person, the kind whose mind is just redirected. They're not disinterested. They're just fascinated by different worlds. Cars, gaming, music, science, philosophy. Anything that sparks curiosity or gives them a sense of mastery and discovery. Football feels repetitive to them, predictable, cyclical, ending where it began. Their brain craves novelty, variety, depth. When they dive into something, they want to engage, not just observe. And then, there are those who've simply outgrown the illusion, the realists. The ones who look at a group of millionaires running on grass and think, how does this help me pay rent? How does this make life better? Not out of bitterness, but honesty. For them, football isn't escape. It's a reminder of the gap between dreams and reality. They protect their emotional energy, instead of pouring it into something that never gives back. Maybe you've met someone like that, or maybe you are that person, someone whose energy goes toward creation, not consumption. Someone who doesn't need the noise of the crowd to feel alive. So the next time someone asks, how can you not watch football? Maybe the better question is, why do you still need to? Because for some people, there is no fear of missing out. It's about tuning in to something real, something personal, something within their control. Drop a comment and share your story. And if you enjoyed this perspective, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As we dive into the psychology behind why we actually behave the way we do. Thanks for watching and see you next time.